What was it like walking onto the set of All My Children, having never worked before?
Scared to death.
Sure.
Scared to death. I think the first 2 weeks I was on, I know, my character was Jenny, and I was coming in with Opal, who played my mother. Dorothy Lyman played my mom. And we were like the mom and daughter from the wrong side of the tracks. We're coming in, and I had no idea. Like, I had this thing in my throat where I couldn't talk. I had to cough, and I had tears in my eyes. I didn't know that you could actually stop a take and say, I need some water.
That's funny.
But the crew was really good to me, because I was, like I said, really young, and I would jump up and down the seat, on the sofas and stuff once I got off the bus, and they couldn't keep me in camera. And they stayed with me like for 2 different lunch times. The entire time they're like, all right, sweetheart, we're going to show you how to have the same energy and sit so we can follow you.
Right.
Oh, right.
They taught me.
So Kim, how long were you there for? A couple of years?
3 years.
3 years. And now
they wanted me to stay longer. I was just talking to somebody about this earlier, because they're like, how could, all these things I did earlier today with the movie coming out. They're like, why would you only stay? You were like, everybody wanted you there. And I was young. I just wanted to try other stuff.
Well, that turned out great, by the way. But how was it was your next job? Was it a TV show? Was it a movie? Because I know it was probably different than daytime, how daytime shot.
Yeah, but my very next job after that. So if I left there in July, I think October, I went to do That Was Then, This Is Now in Minneapolis. And so it was a movie.
Right.
Yeah, with Emilio Estevez and Craig Sheffer and
right.
Chris.
Yeah.
Directing.
So how was that? I mean, because obviously we know how soap operas are shot, and most of our listeners and audience knows now because we talk about it at length. So how was it? Were you able?
Not back then, like the way we moved fast.
Oh gosh, right, yeah.
We moved so fast back then, but it was, you go in, you have rehearsal.
Sure.
Then you do blocking, then you go to lunch. I take a run through the park in New York.
Sure.
New York. Then you come back and do a dress rehearsal. So you had like all those hours to think about how you wanted to do the scenes and whatever. Yeah. General Hospital, man, you just get there and you go. there's no stopping.
Nope.
So,
you're like, wait a minute, what happened to the All My Children way of doing things?
See, if you saw me, we haven't had scenes together yet, but like the first couple weeks, and still sometimes now, I would just be like this with our pages. I'd be throwing them up in the air, like, okay, we're done that one, we're done that one. Okay, now
I know it's it is mayhem for sure. It is.
Yeah. But and then when you did that movie in Minneapolis, that was your first time on a single camera set too. So you were really learning as you went.
I was learning, and I gratefully had a lot of good people who took time to teach me and spend time with me.
Because I can imagine, learning on a daytime set, you have obviously those the as you said, the crew helped you stay still so they could follow you, but following you on a single cam versus a multicam is different too. Like finding to contain yourself.
Things that I taught on that I was taught through the years, which is invaluable, is for focus, right? For like when they're pulling focus. If I need to pace, they'll let me, if I just give them where I'm going to pace, and I'm not going to go forward of that line. If I'm just going to stay behind this line, they said, Kim will follow you wherever you go. We got you.
Awesome.
Just stay here. And then they look good, and I can do what I want, and everybody wins.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's great.
But that was, again, I've had good crews.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing, because, if you've been on a set for long enough and you've been on so many shows that lasted, like when you get to the crew and you see people come in that don't have that initial reaction to take, to learn from the crew. And sometimes I'll regard the crew.
That's what I've learned. You have to be able to, you're dancing together, and you need to know like how to dance.
Well, and they help
for sure.
They can make you look good, or they can make you look bad if they want to.
I'm sorry?
They can make you look better, or they can make you look worse if they want to.
If you're not helping them out, they will not be your friends.
That's true. That's true, my friend.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Especially on daytime now, it's like, I don't like doing multiple takes. Like for me, you give me 1 or 2 takes, that's awesome. But if you have a really good emotional scene or whatever, and you get 1 take and the crew saves you, then you don't have to do it again.
Right. So
It's
we all count on each other. So,
yeah, it's
and
amazing. It's amazing.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.